Hi everyone, Sean here again. I'm one of the maths teachers at City College Plymouth and I also work with the Maths Centre of Excellence. I'm here with another bit of maths magic for you. So on this occasion, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to write down any number you like, okay? Anything you like. Now what I'd like you to do next is multiply that number by 4. So if you can multiply that number by 4 for me, what I'm asking you to do then is add 2. So add 2 to that number after you've multiplied it by 4. Now, whatever number you started with, I'd like you to take that away from what you've currently got. Okay? Now what I want you to do, after you've taken away your start number, I'd like you to add another 4. Add another 4. Okay? Now, once we've done that, what we can do is divide by 3. Divide that number by 3. And the last thing you're going to do for me is subtract 2. Now, I'm just thinking again, what I'm hoping you've got is the number that you started with. I'm hoping you have. That's what you should have, the number you started with. Now let's look again with why that works with a little bit of algebra. I'm thinking of a number, n. Let's just call it n. Let's give it a random letter, okay? Now we're going to multiply that number by 4. If I multiply that number by 4, I'm going to have 4n. Hopefully you're happy so far. Next thing I'm going to do is add 2 to that number. If I add 2 to that number, I'll end up with 4n plus 2. Hopefully you're with me so far. The next thing I'm going to do is subtract my start number. Well, I haven't got a number, I've got a letter. I'm going to subtract n. Now, if I take away an n from a 4n, all that's going to change is I've got one less n, I've got 3n. I've still got that plus 2. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add 4. If I add 4 to this, I'll end up with 3n plus 6. Hopefully we've got it so far. Next thing I'm doing, next thing I asked you to do was divide by 3. Well, if I divide by 3, if I divide 3n by 3, I've got an n on its own. And if I divide 6 by 3, hey presto, I get 2 plus 2. The last thing I asked you to do was subtract 2. Well, if I take 2 away from that, I'm left with n, which was my start number, if you remember. So that's why that trick works. Okay? So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like or retweet if you do. And I'll see you next time. That's all, folks.